Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us for our State of the Industry for the Pet Channel. We will be looking at 2023 recap as well as what we're expecting to see in 2024. We thought this was great timing with trade show season upon us. So we're really looking forward to walking you through what we've been seeing and what we're expecting to see. So my name is Kyle Menner. I'm a senior retail account manager here at Spins. Work with a variety of our different pet accounts and have been doing so for a couple of years. And I am joined today by my colleague, Rachel.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a retail account manager here at Spins. I've been here about a year and a half working with our natural and pet accounts. I take a great amount of interest in our pet accounts, especially with my dog Peppa that you can see there. She's a French bulldog. She is turning 2 and she loves all the products that we talk about. And she's definitely one of our testers for new brands.
Absolutely love that. And of course, I couldn't do Zoe the disservice of not introducing her as well. So that is my pup, Zoe. She's about 10 years old. She actually just had to get all of her teeth removed this week, but we absolutely love her. And we've been trying to figure out some soft food alternatives. So maybe we'll see some options today, Rachel. So really what we used to organize the deck that we're going to walk through today was this survey that we're looking at what are shoppers thinking about and what are some major influencers in the way that they are going to the store. So the first thing that we're really going to focus on is the shift to private label. We're seeing over 84% of retailers reporting that customers are really looking at some of their private label options. So Rachel's going to walk us through some different ways to leverage private label. Obviously, inflation is still a major piece, so we'll talk about pricing and promotion, as well as just different financial positions. So we'll chat kind of what's happening when it comes to average retail price across all of the different pet channels. And we'll be sure to talk about personalization, whether that is looking at local brands that really matter to the consumer, or looking at different ways you can customize your in-store experience or your social media. So we'll highlight some different ways to really be able to leverage that information as well.
Yeah, that definitely makes me think, Kyle, about this brand Earth Animal that Peppa loves. Their treats, they are actually manufactured here in Pennsylvania, and I had no
Oh,
idea
wow.
until I went to a pet show last year. So it's really great to know that a brand that I purchase a lot of is coming from Pennsylvania, and I kind of know their manufacturing processes and got to meet them from all levels of their corporation and just really get to know the brand and their ethics.
Yeah, absolutely. How cool is that? And that's certainly another huge piece of it is like that transparency. So being able to see where those things are coming from. So great example. And yeah, happy to chat through some of those different options. So the first thing that we'll do is look back at 2023 and just how the channel as a whole performed in comparison to some of the other markets that we track and just sort of come up with some key trends that we saw and see if we'll expect those to continue. So the first thing that we looked at was just the entire pet channel versus our natural channel, our regional independent grocery, and our conventional channel when it comes to sales, units, and average retail price. We did actually see a decrease when it came to the total channel sales for both dollars and units in the Spins pet channel. But that was pretty common when it came to units across all 4 channels here. What we did see was the average retail price not increasing quite as much when it came to that Spins pet channel. So that specialty nature caused maybe that, but it does seem like the average consumer may be looking for some kind of price breaks when it comes to that conventional shopper. So that could definitely be a major factor that we're seeing here. But one good piece of news coming out of that as well is the average prices seem to really be stabilizing when it comes to pets. So as we saw at the end of 2022, the price increases were kind of out of control, up at that 16% when it comes to the conventional channel and kind of varying there over 10% or so throughout the other channels. But what we're seeing is that really starting to stabilize as we come out of 2023. So getting a little bit more conservative. Hopefully the worst is behind us and we'll be able to go back to that kind of specialty shopper experience as we see these prices start to stabilize across all 3 channels here. Did see is kind of what you'd expect. The pet shoppers are still going to the store for their everyday essentials. We saw a $1 increase when it came to pet food, as well as not as bad of an increase when it comes to pet treats and waste management and some of those things that you need for the day-to-day care of your pets. But we saw some decreases when it came to like toys and collars. So maybe those splurge items weren't being thrown in the cart quite as often. But we did still see those important kind of vital day-to-day pieces continuing to hover around zero or slightly above in the case of pet food here. Yeah, so another major trend that we saw in 2023 was humanization. So really being able to blur that line. And one thing that we saw across all of our channels is the shift when it comes to value-oriented consumers and really making sure that we're putting the highest quality ingredients. We're looking out for our pets' diets and just their overall lifespan. So being able to highlight different pieces of their nutrition and make sure they're getting everything that they need. So the first major piece that we saw here was the benefits of human grade. So really being able to take a look at the ingredients that are going into our pets' food and making sure that they are getting all the nutrients that they need, higher quality ingredients, improving their digestion. Through essential fatty acids, they might be getting healthier coats. So making sure that this isn't cooked out in the cooking process and not over processed, really making sure that these are high quality ingredients and they are getting everything that they need out of what they're able to consume. Another major component of this is the vitamins and supplement space. So whether they need some additional probiotics to help with digestion, whether they are getting up there a little bit in age and looking at joint health, we're actually giving Zoe some different glucosamine treats to improve those joints now that she's hit that 10-year mark. And also heart health. So all these same things that you're thinking about as we continue to get older, we're thinking about those same types of things for our pets and making sure that they are getting all the nutrients they need to live the best lives that they have. Another really big piece of this was holistic ingredients and making sure that we're able to attack different pieces, whether that's immunity, whether that is antioxidants, gut health, skin and coat health. There's a variety of different vitamins and different attributes that we are looking for to make sure that our pets are able to kind of live their lives to the full. Like cranberry supplements can be really help with urinary. Pumpkin can be great for gut health. A variety of different ways that you are able to kind of supplement the everyday piece and make sure that they are getting everything that they need when it comes to their diet.
Yeah, fish oil has definitely helped Peppa. She is a bit of an itchy gal with her skin and coat, so it's definitely making her feel better, and her coat feels better for me too. So it's a win-win.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's such a good point too. Just making sure that they are comfortable too. It's not just the day to day, but making sure, yeah, the itchiness and different pieces like that. So that's a really great kind of topper to the rest of the food that they have here. I'm going to pass it over to Rachel, who's going to take us through the power of private label.
Yeah, so we have definitely seen an increase in private label in all types of retailers, and we definitely see how that is able to come over to pet retailers as well. So private label share of sales has been growing over the past 2 years, and this definitely could be because of inflation as price continues to rise. Private label provides value for price-sensitive shoppers. And private label accounted for 29% of the total retail industry sales increases that we saw in 2023. And you can just see how private label has continued to take unit share between 2 years ago to our current year from national brands. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on and possibly an opportunity for all of our pet retailers to move into. And moving on and looking at, duplication to innovation and how private label has grown, private label's perception continues to evolve from its previous perceptions of bland, tasteless versions of the true brand name product. It really has dropped the generic connotation and now has improved flavors, quality, attribution, and variation. 60% plus of US adults shop for private label brands. I know I can attest to that, and you probably can, Kyle. I think
Absolutely.
everyone probably shops some form of private label. 47% buy more private label brands when shopping for groceries, but also 51% said that they would do so because of taste or because of quality. So definitely an attribute that can come over into the pet industry. And just looking at it from a retailer lens, 84% of retailers are experiencing shoppers trading down the private label. We're seeing private label make up a larger portion of shopping baskets. And there's many there's many retailers, trying to update their private label offerings with new innovation over the next 12 months. So really, how are we able to do that? And that's really looking at branding and appeal. Consider all aspects from design, POS material, material, descriptions, really focusing on details and creating a brand image for your private label, understanding your specific shopper needs, and knowing really what approach you want to go in. Is it good, better, best? Is it a value equation? Are you looking for trend, quality, brand image, price? But crafting a distinctive private label brand story can create points of differentiation against national brands and competition and help set you apart from competition.
I feel
And
like
then
private label used to have such a negative connotation, and it just doesn't have that anymore. There's like
it
such high quality ingredients, and you're like sourcing it. Yeah,
It's really a true change, and I think even sometimes shoppers don't realize always that private label is private label because of these brand stories that retailers do. There's such amazing examples of retailers just going to bat with their private label, and sometimes you don't even know it's private label. I also think you have that TikTok effect of looking for dupes of brand name products that now, with the current millennial and Gen Z shoppers coming into the market, private label is a great opportunity because these shoppers don't have that connotation in their mind anymore.
absolutely.
And speaking of some of those private label wins, retailers continue to showcase their new and innovative private label products, meeting shoppers' needs, whether that be convenience or new flavor profiles. So some examples we have brought here, we have Kindful by Target. The majority of Target guests are pet parents, and they said that they were looking for a high quality pet food at a great value when Target conducted a survey. So their in-house team got to work with pet food and nutrition experts, diving deep into guest insights to create a line of pet food with no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. There's no wheat, corn, or soy, and that's really how Kindful was born. And what is in their products? Ingredients like real poultry, pasture-raised beef, and fish that are wild caught using sustainable practices that help protect ocean resources. So really connecting back to that ethics and value too. And more than 40% of Kindful items are in recyclable packaging, which supports the Target Forward ambition to innovate to innovate and eliminate waste. So really just increasing that brand loyalty and looking at ethics across the entire company and bringing that into their private label brand. We also have Roosevelt. It's a high quality dog and cat food, treats, and chews brand. It's protein rich, all natural and whole ingredients, wholesome grains, fruits, and vegetables, and available in grain in or grain free options, which is great for every pet parent. And then we also looked at Vibeful by Chewy. It's the brand's first wellness private label that includes 20 supplements and vitamins. Vibeful supplements complement a wide range of daily wellness needs to meet the growing consumer demand, like we talked about, Kyle. So, hitting on digestion, hips and joints, skin and coats, urinary tracts, and immunity. Also to anxiety. There's so many different parts to our pets, just like us as humans, and Chewy's really hitting on that humanization here. And also adding with no artificial ingredients, and it comes in a variety of forms and flavors to really give your pet that variety that we look for as humans as well.
Absolutely. I'm really excited about this piece as we continue to put kind of COVID in the rear view. It's so important to like set yourself apart in store. So I'm excited to have Rachel walk us through in-store experience and ways you can separate in social media.
Yeah, I agree, Kyle. I am an in-store girly. I love going in store. I am not someone who shops online a lot. So this was definitely a part of the piece that I really enjoyed doing and analyzing. Um,
Absolutely.
s- so looking in at some best-in-class in-store experiences, as markets continue to evolve through service and product offerings, these in-store additional services can continue to help improve your customer experience. So we really have found that the new generations want an experience or that one-stop shop where you can do everything. And we have found some ways of being able to implement that. And we thought veterinary services and daycare, so prescription refills, overnight babysitting, or annual wellness checks just adds to that convenience factor. We also see that grooming is a great opportunity, from options like self-wash to a traditional grooming services, keeps your pet looking and feeling their best, but also pay major dividends to retailers looking to differentiate. And then always keeping up on your product assortment. You always want to have a unique and different assortment to keep your customers engaged. But Spins is here to help that. Finding the next major trend, helping find new options for maybe picky eaters, or insights to your competition can all be found in the Spins Pet channel. So always here to help your retailers and looking for that unique assortment. And a hot idea here is some e-com expansion. Look to stay ahead of the curve as retailers continue to integrate e-com and partner with local delivery services. So adding to that convenience factor, partnering with maybe DoorDash and allowing products to be delivered right to your consumer's door. And we had spoke about that personalized nutrition earlier, and people adjust their own diets to influence their health, and pet owners want to do the exact same thing for their pets. And it was found that 63% of consumers were interested in customized products to meet their pets' individual needs. And 88% of US pet parents claim that preventative measures, including those offered by nutrition, are important to help them protect their pets' health. And as we said, Gen Z and millennials are becoming to shop more and more. And we found that most Gen Z pet owners interpret personalized dog food as meaning that the diet has high quality ingredients, and millennials interpret it as being better for their dog. So, really, how can we act on that? Well, customized pet food is a specifically made food for a particular pet, catering to its individual needs, such as sex, age, breed, weight, activity level, health condition, and maybe their appetite to meet overall health condition of the pet for its better nutrition. So we can consider the convenience and growing trends towards this customized pet food by maybe offering online direct to consumer pet food brands and focusing on subscription-based products, but that doesn't always include the retailer, right? So how can we think about that? Well, retailers can drive growth in the personalized nutrition trend by offering science-based species specific formulas, fresh human grade foods that can be customized, ingredient transparency and traceability, and inclusion of culinary and quality production attributes. And a hot idea here is retailers could introduce an in-house kitchen to create pet foods catered to customer needs and offer in-store pickup or local delivery for those special products. And hitting on that social media aspect, we know TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all other social medias are huge in millennials and Gen Z, and it's just a part of doing business now. Well, the pet fluencer is up and coming, and it's all in our across the board. So a pet fluencer or a pet influencer is focused on pet related content. Their creative approach can be an asset for pet brands, and like any other niche, pet fluencers create engaging, educational, and inspirational content. So here we included a few pet fluencers that have taken the social medias by storm. We have Nala Cat. She is an adopted cat who also happens to have the most Instagram followers for a cat, over 4.4 million followers. She showcases the best of top tier cat life with an emphasis on sustainability and earth first practices. So Nala is also showing her values here, and she is definitely a sustainably focused girl. Her brand partnerships include the Litter Robot, Not Milk, and Farmville 3. And she also has her own food line, Love Nalico. So she is definitely a hardworking cat and is always on Instagram talking to her followers. And we also have it's Doug the Pug. His content consists of pet photography, exciting travels, and celebrity meet and greets. Doug has also landed some top tier brand collaborations, including Budweiser, Petco, and Colipower. And his fame extends beyond his 3.8 million followers, as he's also been able to meet the cast of Stranger Things and even has his own publishing deal.
That's so funny. Doug the Pug actually just came across my feed just over the weekend. I mean, look at that face. You could definitely be influenced by that.
Oh, if Doug's telling me to buy it, Peppa's probably gonna try it. And lastly, we have Chompers, the corgi. Chompers has collaborated with brands including Stella and Chewy's. He was a featured character and cover star of John Hogman's book Medallion Status and is a travel influencer in his own right, showcasing fun destinations and beautiful landscapes. And I'm sure all those destinations are pet friendly too. So a great connection with the pet industry. And he lives in San Francisco with his humans and shares glimpses of his life with his over 100,000 Instagram followers. So how can retailers act on this trend? Well, retailers can partner with a local micro pet influencer to increase brand awareness and drive traffic within their local community. And speaking of sustainability and traceability, like what Nala is doing on her Instagram channel, we see this as a growing trend across the industry, and A Better Planet sustainability through certification. Seeing these certifications on products is really important, and shoppers and brands have recognized the importance of protecting the environment through sustainable packaging and agriculture, renewable energy, circular economy, and corporate social responsibility. So definitely look for these top sustainability certifications across brands, on products, and definitely something for retailers to keep in mind when doing their purchasing. And looking at a few of these sustainability practices, the evolution of sustainability in and out of the bag, the emphasis on improving the quality of our planet, people, and quality of lives for animals continues to break through into the pet industry. So we saw that paper cat litter had almost a 90% unit increase year over year, typically created from post consumer recycled paper. This litter is entirely biodegradable, so a great sustainable choice for consumers. And we saw a 5.2% increase on insect based food and treats. And that's continuing to grow in unit sales year over year. Ensuring pet products continue to be sourced ethically will continue to be important in 2024 and years to come. And then just another note, plant-based and vegan product studies have shown when done carefully, vegan diets for dogs can be successful if they get the right nutrients. And as vegan diets have become more popular with pets, this trend could continue in 2024 with our pets and looking at that through our products and our trends in the pet industry.
We really appreciate you guys taking the time here.
Yeah, definitely look for Kyle and I possibly at some shows coming up. You might even see Peppa. She's been known to stop by. And if you ever need any intelligence for upcoming shows that you might be going to or any insights, please reach out always to your account manager or one of us at the Retail Insights team.
Great. Thank you, everyone.